Welcome to another edition of KatSoup, the best and worst of internet humor on the radio. I'm Kat.
And I'm Alex.
Hi there.
Hello, Kat. It's like we're on NPR.
And how do you do today?
We have recipes today, everybody. It's going to be a great show today, I think.
You think?
Well, I just said that. I don't know. I think it is.
Do you
really.
even know what the show's about today?
I know. I like being in the dark.
Yes, you do.
I do.
You look really good in the dark.
I do. That's what my dates tell me. But then when the lights come on, they always say, "Gosh, that's what you look like." You know, it's one of those things. It's a surprise all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of like when I wake up without the makeup on. Oh,
you have makeup on?
I went to bed with somebody else. Who are you?
I didn't know you had makeup on. Your face looks so natural.
Oh, my.
Hey, talk about natural and stuff.
Yeah.
More people are getting Botox. I saw that on the news. I don't think I would. I'm afraid of getting Botox because of getting the bad stuff. You know, people get,
I got a little.
Have you heard that?
I got a little, and I got filler. Juvederm filler.
A little what?
A little Botox.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
A
couple years ago.
How long did it last?
I was fighting aging. Actually, it's supposed to only last 2 or 3 months, but I was still good like 6 months later. But yeah, they filled in these because look, guys, when I do that, I look so much younger.
If I got it, it would last 20 minutes because I have like crevices and stuff. You know.
Oh, it plumps you.
Oh God.
And gets rid of these little guys up here and.
Maybe we shouldn't be on YouTube. Maybe for them not to see me. I'm hideous. Remember that elephant man?
Oh God, no! I actually showed your picture to somebody.
Oh really?
Yeah, because they have a friend that's looking for a friend,
oh.
for a boyfriend.
It's like him. Ugh.
No.
Ugh.
I showed her, and she's like, "Oh, he's cute." So you might be getting just some random call from some guy that saw you.
Well, I'm looking forward to that.
I didn't get his name or her name, so I have no idea who this is going to be. But he was cute too, so you'll be fine. Anyway,
right.
We talked about this week.
I'll be fine.
One of our I don't know if this was a phone call or a text conversation about Gayle King, Katy Perry, and whatever going to space on April 14th.
Yeah. Right. I can't remember either.
I don't. But we're going to talk about space.
They're still on them about that. Even
yes,
today.
they are, and we are going to talk all about that. I found funny stuff.
Oh, that's a good topic. There's a lot of stuff.
Thank you. I should write about that. Look, I did.
It's a miracle.
So your trivia question is from Slate.com.
Slate.
Which is a kind of a satirical magazine, but they also have a website.
Hey, I know that magazine.
Do you?
That's online, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember that magazine.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I went to look this up, and it kept giving me pop-ups wanting to know if I wanted to subscribe. And it was annoying.
I know.
So if you go to the site, just be
You got around that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how long were Katy Perry, Gayle King, and Lauren Sanchez, Jeff Bezos'
I know this. I know this
actually
answer.
In space on the Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket?
Katy Perry said about 10 minutes. That's what she said.
Uh-huh.
And then she sang for some of the time. Did she?
Probably 9 minutes.
Did you see that when they went up?
Yes. They were actually up 10 minutes and 21 seconds.
Oh, I was so close.
You were so close.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Those astronauts, gosh.
Well, we'll talk about that. Astronauts. So this is from BlueOrigin.com. Our curious word of the day is Blue Origin.
What does that mean?
Well, the name Blue Origin, by the way.
Well, like a professor.
You know when they start to do a newscast about something tragic, and they say, a warning, the following might be hard to watch. I'm thinking that's kind of us.
Yes.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah. The name Blue Origin was chosen by Jeff Bezos because it refers to Earth, the blue planet, and their mission to save and sustain it.
He made that up?
Yeah. I guess Bezos is going to save and sustain the Earth. Blue Origin's mission is to build a road to space, allowing future generations to unleash their creativity and ultimately harness, this is from Jeff, ultimately harness space resources to benefit Earth. Okay. Bezos has stated that Blue Origin is his most important work.
What is he famous for again?
Bezos?
Yeah, I never... Oh, Amazon.
Amazon, yeah. I thought he was famous for, like, cheap printer ink, but apparently not.
Cheap printer ink.
Whatever. That's what I buy. Cheap printer ink online on Amazon. Well, among other things. I buy a lot on Amazon.
Hey, do you talk about his girlfriend going up into... That's one of the crew members was his girlfriend. I didn't know what she did for... She just popped out of there with her arms open, and I thought, what's she famous for? And then they said that's his girlfriend.
Yeah, so that's what she's famous for.
Okay. All right.
So you were talking about this earlier. Yeah. I have a top 10 list. It's a little different this time. This is from Reddit and some other things that I found, mostly from Reddit.
Yeah.
These are things people on Reddit and other places said about the Blue Origin's flight.
Oh, this ought to be good. Oh, here it comes.
Yeah, so there's only 6, but there are a good 6.
All right, number 6. If she is an astronaut based on her vast, in quotes, experience, then all she needs to do is to remove a splinter. Poof, she's a surgeon.
Yeah, that would apply. I think they were talking about Katy Perry. But it could be Gayle King or it could be...
Katy Perry's going to write a song, she said, of her experience up there.
Okay. Oh.
What? She is.
Oh, I have a thought. No, I have a thought. That,
all right.
Off the track. So this morning, I'm listening to the radio as I'm getting ready.
I do,
and
too.
All I hear is, I kissed a girl and I liked it, and she died. And what? And I'm thinking, Katy Perry died. And then they just immediately went on to something else, and I'm thinking... they're really mad at Katy Perry because she just died and they don't care. They just and then I found out it was the original person that recorded it has passed, and then Katy Perry recorded it later. And now of course I can't remember the woman's name. Yeah, sorry.
Poor Katy Perry. She's just getting it from all sides. And Gayle too.
And the next person said she toasts a Pop-Tart. Whoosh! She's now a Michelin level chef.
Gee. Number 4, she makes a Lego hut. Alakazam. She's an architect.
Yeah. Katy Perry flips a light switch. Now she's a construction electrician.
Number 2, astronauts are paid to go into space. If you pay to go into space... Tourist? Is that what it says?
Yes.
Tourist?
Yeah.
See, I just think it was a ride, like in Disney World.
But they had to pay for it. So they're just a tourist. They're not astronauts, they're tourists.
Yes.
And the number one things people on Reddit said about Blue Origin's flight.
I'm sure that it was a very cool experience, but they weren't astronauts. They were baggage. Ooh.
That's a little harsh.
That's biting.
It's funny.
Wow.
But it's a little harsh.
Baggage. And they had, large windows, and it just didn't... they floated for a minute or something, couple minutes they floated, they said.
A couple people said, you could have just gone and not told us about it.
Hey, Kat, listen to this.
It was the publicity that really upset people.
I was telling Dave the other day, so Gayle King came down, CBS paid $1 million, and their ratings went down after the thing 20% less. So was it a publicity stunt for CBS? Probably, I would imagine.
But it backfired.
Well,
and some of the commentary was, they were up there for 10 minutes, but they talked about it for 2 hours, before and after it happened. And, just, okay. That would have been a one-line, headline somewhere. Just like, oh, by the way, these 3 went up to space for 10 minutes.
The correspondent, when they came out of the capsule, she said, how do you feel being an astronaut? You're now an astronaut. And I thought, collectively, people might have just cringed at that one.
Yeah, I think so. And one of them kissed the ground.
Both of them did. Katy Perry did, and then Gayle King did. But it smeared Gayle's lipstick. She had to reapply.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
had to reapply it. By the way, your lipstick looks really good today, too.
It does?
You haven't kissed the ground, did you?
No, I have not kissed the ground. Maybe after the show I will. After we come down.
I made it.
Yeah, from the high that we're on when we do the show.
Hey, wouldn't it be fun if we went up in a capsule? Wouldn't that be hilarious? What would we do? I'd sing Camptown Races. What would you do?
Okay. I think I'd probably record it and then put it on YouTube.
Well, we'll take Dave with us. At least he does the AI5 thing. He can do his own song.
That's right.
And write about it.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Okay.
So I found some jokes.
Did ya?
And I found a website called astronautfoods.com.
That's interesting.
They are the company that makes all the food that goes into space.
Really?
And they have a joke page on their website.
Wonder where they're from.
You asked me questions that I have no idea. No idea. Thank you so much, Alex.
From China.
Yeah. No.
Oh, boy.
It's an American company.
Okay.
So the first bunch of these were written by ChatGPT.
Oh, okay.
On November 14th, 2023. And they always say that ChatGPT doesn't have, or AI doesn't have a very good sense of humor. So we'll see.
It doesn't? Oh.
I don't know. So today, SpaceX announced plans to launch several Guernsey cows into low Earth orbit. They shall be known as the herd shot round the world.
HERD.
Yeah.
All right. How do you organize a space party?
How?
You plan it.
Oh,
boy.
Yeah.
That's
AI is tapped into dad humor.
Your joke was funnier. We should have started out with me.
Don't you realize I always give myself the funnier ones?
Oh, boy.
No.
Okay, here comes a good one.
What does Earth say to tease the other planets?
I don't know.
You guys have no life.
Oh, now see, that's good.
That's good. So here's a bad one. Go ahead.
All right, here it comes. Here it comes. What's an astronaut's favorite part of a computer?
I don't know. What?
The space bar.
Dun-dun-dun.
Nobody laughed. I think it's how you tell it. You tell it funnier than I do.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's all in the
go
timing.
Ahead. Okay, I'm watching you now.
So, remember, a landing is just a controlled midair collision with a planet.
That's funny.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't, but you made it funny.
Try this one.
Okay. Hey, Kat, why don't aliens eat clowns? Why don't... I had to look at that twice. Why don't aliens eat clowns?
Why?
Because they taste funny. You're just laughing just to be nice. Okay.
I'm laughing at my own humor.
That's funny. Okay.
Okay, we have a longer one. This one AI did not write. This is from UpJoke.
Okay.
So you get to do the whole thing, and then I get to give the punchline.
All right. Let me get ready here. Okay, here it goes, everybody. Pay attention, Kat.
I'm paying attention.
In the 60s, the Russians and the Americans were competing for the best space program. They both were determined to prove they had the greatest minds, the greatest technology. In one example, the Americans spent almost $1 million just to invent a no-gravity pen. They put their best minds to work and came up with putting a small CO2 pressure cartridge into the back of the ink tube, effectively pushing the ink forward. Genius. And it worked perfectly.
And the Russians? They used pencils.
Did they really? Is this true? Pencils?
I was on a humor site, but I'm thinking it might be true.
You know, that's pretty practical. That's
a pencil?
Yeah.
If you're going to space? Yeah. Unless you want something to
They have a pencil sharpener up there, too, on the side.
That was
a number 2 pencil.
That was a good sound effect.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll include that in our video and stuff.
Okay.
Can you imagine an astronaut sharpening a pencil?
Not on my top 10 things of what I want to see an astronaut do, but okay.
Remember sharpening pencils when you were in grade school?
Oh, yeah.
Well, people had their own personal ones, but I always used the actual professional.
Oh, yeah, because you got to get up.
Yeah.
And get away from whoever was bothering you, or, if you needed a moment to figure out what the test question was. Yeah, you get up and you sharpen your pencil.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I was just thinking back,
Yeah. I was shy, so I was embarrassed to get up and sharpen my pencil.
You were shy in school?
I was so shy.
Difficult to believe.
Okay, Cuyahoga Falls people, attest for me. Put it in the comments. I was very, very, very shy.
They would never guess in a million years that you would have your own podcast.
Oh, God, no. No.
Interesting.
One of the teachers, I forget which grade, sent a note home to my mother and said, "Is everything okay at home?" Kathleen never talks in class.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
that's the opposite of me. I never shut up in class.
You know what happened? I went to college and I discovered beer.
Oh.
It unleashed the Kraken, unfortunately.
You were at your funniest, I remember.
In college? Yeah. So we've got...
God, well, that's interesting.
We're going to move on from that, thank you.
I'm going to delete that segment right there.
No. Hey, I know about you, too, so...
Well, I didn't drink beer in college.
You didn't?
No.
You were not drinking beer?
I was too busy.
You were like that without beer?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
I would go later in my later clubbing career, people would say, "Gosh, I don't remember a thing," and I remembered everything. And I told people what they did, and they were very embarrassed because I never even drank in a club or
things I did not know about Alex.
Yeah. Now I drink.
A little bit.
What do you mean a little bit?
A little bit?
What's that mean? A little bit?
Actually, I've never seen you drunk.
No. No.
I think I've seen you drink like one.
Yeah.
Something.
Usually people finish my drinks because, I drink a sip and then I'm done. I'm like that with dating. Yeah, that's enough.
You drink a sip a day and then, never mind. I understand.
Yeah. I just, I'm digging a hole here.
So we have some fast facts about space.
Yeah, back to space.
So if you're into space and travel and all that, there's a website called Sky at Night magazine.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
It was interesting. There was all kinds of stuff about space.
Sky at Night.
Sky at Night magazine.
Never heard of
.com.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Did you know?
No.
A neutron star's density is mind-boggling. Just a teaspoonful of this material would weigh over 1 trillion kilograms. That's more than the weight of the entire human population. That's insane.
A neutron what?
A neutron star.
Oh, it's density.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, here's something really... Okay, don't leave us yet, everybody. Here's something about Neptune. Neptune only completed one orbit since its discovery 165 years ago. Only one orbit.
Yeah, around the sun.
That's a big planet.
Or a slow planet. I don't know how big it is. It's a slow planet.
Mm-hmm. It's got issues. That's okay.
It was held back.
We all have something.
It was held back in school.
Yeah, many times.
The Milky Way galaxy
I love that.
Thought to smell of rum, raspberries, and booze. That's my kind of galaxy.
Really?
And there's a giant body of water floating in space, 140 trillion times the volume of Earth's oceans. Yeah, I
didn't know that.
I don't know how they determined that it smells of rum, raspberries, and booze.
I've never heard anybody talk about smells in space. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's not from NASA, is it?
That's from Sky at Night magazine.
Yeah, the magazine. That's probably a lot of astronomers and people read that magazine, I would imagine. I don't know. They're pretty knowledgeable.
I'm hoping they wrote the magazine.
Are there recipes in that magazine?
There's no recipe.
Milky Way haystack bars.
Ooh.
Yum.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That sounds good.
It does.
Okay. Well, that's our show for today. No, there's no sound in space. Well, we know there's no sound in space because there's no air to transmit sound waves.
Right. I kind of knew that.
That would kind of unnerve me because I need sound.
Now, this one, I didn't know, and I kind of don't believe.
Uh-oh.
The moon isn't round.
Oh, I knew that.
It's more like a lemon shape. You knew that?
Yeah, the Earth, too. Earth is not round. No, it's not flat.
It's flat. We just lost half the audience. Thank you.
It's flat. That's right, it's flat.
So I have another fact about space that's not on here.
Oh, there's more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, there's not more. That's the fact. There is nothing really that funny about space. I looked up funny stories about astronauts, and they were all so technical that it didn't make any. No, this would be it. This is the compendium of humor about space on it.
Well, we grew up with Apollo and all that stuff and all the interesting stories. And
did you have somebody bring in a TV to your classroom to watch the landing?
1969.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Norwalk, Ohio.
Yeah.
I was just a tiny little kid.
And I remember it was a black and white TV in my classroom.
Oh, yeah. On the rolling, what's that called? The AV cart.
Yeah, the AV cart.
Yeah, and we actually stood up and clapped. All the little kids. We all clapped, when did you do that too?
Yes. And then
that's a big thing.
I must have been somewhere in 4th to 6th grade. John Glenn came and talked to our class.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And got his autograph and all that.
Really?
Yeah, and that was a huge deal.
That's a big deal.
Wow. Katy Perry go into someone's class? Do you think they rolled in the TVs to watch Katy Perry go up in space? And
well, I'd like to know what they did with their spacesuits. They were designed by Jeff Bezos' girlfriend. And
those might be worth something.
Yeah, maybe they might be,
Or not.
They should go right to the Smithsonian or something.
Okay. So moving on, since that was it about space, Morning Brew Classifieds.
Oh, yeah,
The wackiest headlines from the week as they would appear if they were classified ads.
This is a good one. You usually...
From morningbrew.com.
This is a fun one.
I was so excited because I found one about podcasts. And this one is called Podcast Writer.
Okay.
Forget your vocal warm-ups. Gemini's new feature will create a human-sounding AI podcast from the content of your Google Docs. Like, it will I don't know if you give them your Google Docs. I'm hoping that they don't just go find them.
How is that? I don't get that.
They'll go through whatever you wrote and they'll make a podcast about it.
That's unusual.
Yeah. And the note on here is,
like
thank
that.
goodness all the moody poetry that you wrote when you were 13 is safe in your Notes app.
Is this free? Is Gemini free? I don't know.
I think so.
Would you try that?
Most AI stuff is free. It's starting to not be. There's a new AI image generator thing because we do it. If you look on our blog, every week I generate an image of a cat doing whatever we've talked about.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, I like the cat in lingerie myself.
Yeah. I like the tiara on the one. Yeah.
So now you're going to be able to take either a picture that you generated that way or just any image, and you can ask AI to fix it, to change it.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Make that girl in that image have brown hair instead of blonde hair.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but they think they might charge for that, but they're not sure.
But to do a podcast from just content, that's
and then
space age
I could just mail it. I could have DoorDash bring it to you. And then I wouldn't even have to show up.
Yeah, I'd look at it and say, where's my name? I'm not even included in that podcast. I've been replaced by a robot. Well, good luck on that one, huh?
Yeah. This one has nothing to do with space or AI.
Okay. In search of a babysitter. Wow, there's a different thing. A rare western Santa Cruz Galapagos tortoise named Mommy became the first-time mother of her species at the age of 97. Yes. Mommy gave birth to 4 hatchlings and said she waited so long because she wanted to make sure she had saved enough for all of their college funds. They turned out to all be drag queens. No, I made that up.
Did you?
Well, I know they hatch in Youngstown. That's all I know.
Oh, all drag queens hatch in Youngstown?
They hatch their eggs in Youngstown, then they come to Akron and all over. I've heard that. That's known.
Okay.
Yeah.
Youngstown
is just fertile with drag queens.
You're a compendium of wisdom. I had something.
Compendium? Is that what you said?
I had a news thing about drag queens, and now I can't remember it. But next week.
Really?
Yeah, there was something I found, and I was going to email it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, shoot, I'll have to find it.
Oh, signs. These are always fun.
We found signs. Now, this is cool. Yeah. This is from a website called myparkingsign.com. Where you can have
myparkingsign.com.
where you can actually have a parking sign made.
Hey.
They have a bunch that you can buy, but then you can send in something on your own.
Somebody in my apartment has one. It says Lebanese parking only. He had that made.
Maybe from myparkingsign.com. I don't know.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I picked 2 that have nothing to do with space, except they are about parking space. See how I did that?
Yeah.
That was Alex's not impressed.
Yes.
Expression.
I am. Oh, I'm supposed to read this. Okay. Here's a sign. It looks like one of those signs. The size looks like it, like 24-hour parking. It says fisherman parking only. And then on the bottom it says all others will be used for bait.
Laugh track, please. And then the other one is the T with the cross through it for no parking.
Yeah.
Visualize yourself being towed.
That's a good one.
I guess.
That's good. If
it was in front of a yoga studio, then it would be really good.
That should be in my parking space where I live. People park in my parking space, and I always complain about it. That sign would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I did find one other thing for our headlines from Board Panda. I did find one that had to do with space.
World in brief. It says, the headline says, Greenland meteorite may be from space. Oh. Greenland meteorite?
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, I thought that was fun. And this one's kind of dark. Okay. Miracle cure kills 5th patient.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, Dave liked that one, so it must be funny. We always know if Dave laughs, there's funny.
The 5th patient?
Yeah. Ouch.
It's a whole article, too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. All right.
So I found some funny I love funny texts.
We all do.
Yeah. A lot of them you can't put on the air because they're a little racy, but I found some that are really funny.
Okay.
So you get to be the son.
All right.
And I get to be the mom. A lot of the funny ones are between kids and non-internet literate parents.
Okay.
Okay. So, I'm mom.
Yes.
Please stop changing the Google logo so much. I like the original one.
Mom, I don't change the logo. Google changes it.
The one on my computer? You mean you don't run the Google?
If I did, I wouldn't be driving a 2004 Ford.
I love it when people refer to
Google. Okay.
Okay, we're going to try again.
Here's our second one.
This one,
Take two.
I get to
Stay with us, everybody.
I get to be the daughter, and you get to be the dad.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Dad, there's a moth on the outside of the bathroom door. Can you get rid of it, please? Please hurry, because I'm going to cry. Dad.
Dad is dead. You're next, love moth.
That's a clever dad.
Yeah.
Okay, so
all right.
So this one, you just get to be you, and I get to be me.
Okay, fun.
Alex, you were so wasted last night at that party.
I wasn't that drunk, Kat.
Yeah, you were. You called a taxi home.
Yeah, it's called being responsible is what it's called.
Dude, the party was at your house.
Trap. Is that what it said? Oh, crap. Not trap.
I try. I really try. It's an 18-point type here.
Yeah, that was the funniest one of all of them.
Okay. Except that you...
trap.
I'm going to start saying that now.
I'm going to start saying that,
Yeah. People at work will be confused. Oh, trap. I forgot to turn in my report.
What did you mean to say, Kat? Oh, trap.
Oh, trap.
That's better than rats or something like that. People, rats.
Oh, I haven't heard anybody say that for a while.
Me either.
Yeah.
That's kind of like
I think Dave is the king of not saying the bad word. What do you say, Dave, when you mess something up? Cheese and crackers. But it's not just cheese and crackers. It's, cheese and crackers.
Yeah.
He never cusses. Do you? Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
theory.
Yeah, outside of work and stuff. He's got a mouth like a trucker, Cat.
Really?
No, he doesn't.
He's wearing an ostrich shirt today.
I know.
I think you need to take a picture of that and put it on our YouTube.
After work, the shirt he wears, it's skull and crossbones and everything. He's in there with a cigarette and a beer.
We're skull and crossbones after.
I'll take a photo.
But you got to take a photo of the emu shirt or ostrich shirt. That's quite the thing.
Hey, we can use AI to develop a Dave after work type look.
We could do that.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Having a beer, a cigarette.
There's a challenge.
Hee-haw.
You know what I'm going to be doing tonight. Remember a little bit ago we did the Today I Learned show?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is from Bored Panda.
Okay.
Today I Learned, and there are a couple of them. First one is, most outlet stores don't sell leftovers from regular stores. They sell cheaper, lower quality versions made just for the outlets. The compare at price and big discounts, no, they're fake. You think you're getting a deal, but it's not even the same product.
Yeah. I know. I learned that a long time. Not a long time ago, but somebody told me that. A cat named Tommy called 911 to help its owner, Gary, who had fallen from his wheelchair and couldn't get up. Wow. Well, Gary had tried to train Tommy to call 911, but never expected it to work.
That's wild.
Hey, that's like the dollar store. People tell me that the products in a dollar store are made just for the dollar store.
Which has nothing to do with a cat calling 911.
Well, this outlet store thing. I'm still on the outlet store thing.
Well, yeah, and I noticed in Dollar General, too. If you look on the back, sometimes it's in Spanish.
Really?
Yeah, because apparently if it comes from Mexico, it might be cheaper.
I have to take a look at that.
I don't know.
It's one of my favorite stores.
Okay. Me too. That is all we have for today. I'm Kat.
And I'm Alex.
And together we are KatSoup, the best of internet humor on the radio and in space.
And in general.
Yes. Where can they hear us and see us, Alex?
Kat, we can be seen on, actually here on WEYE and radio.net, podcast or Spotify. We don't have our thing here, Spotify. Facebook, KatSouper, and then on YouTube at KatSoup, on the radio, all one word.
With Magic Alex's magic video work.
Yeah, it's magic.
It is.
And AI, it might be AI too.
It could be. We could be AI.
I don't know what to say to that. We don't even have to show up here. We can just have people.
We could.
I heard that's coming where you can just have like a figure of yourself.
That's scary.
Have you heard that?
Uh-huh. Okay. That's scary. Bye. Have a good week.
See ya.
The thrill of seeing rockets launched before my very eyes. To be up in orbit just like Colonel John Glenn. I always wanted my own shot in space, though I didn't know if or when. Hey Jeff, I wanna ride on your Blue Origin too, to take a ride above the sky beyond the clouds in blue, flying among the twinkling stars and once around the moon. I want to ride your rocket, Jeff, it couldn't be too soon. To take a trip, it will cost at least 200 grand. I'll put it on my Amazon card, at least that is my plan. I will buy a spacesuit with all those points that I will get, and then have enough points left over to ensure my return trip. Please send me into outer space, there will be nothing keener to glide up in the atmosphere in a missile that resembles a wiener. Flying around in weightlessness will make me light and airy, and then I'll become an astronaut just like Katy Perry. Hey Jeff, I wanna ride on your Blue Origin too, to take a ride above the sky beyond the clouds in blue, flying among the twinkling stars and once around the moon. I want to ride your rocket, Jeff, it couldn't be too soon. Take a trip, it will cost at least 200 grand. I'll put it on my Amazon card, at least that is my plan. I will buy a spacesuit with all those points that I will get, and then have enough points left over to ensure my return trip. Please send me into outer space, there will be nothing keener to glide up in the atmosphere in your missile that resembles a wiener. Flying around in weightlessness will make me light and airy, and then I'll become an astronaut just like Katy.